Hey, this is going to be a video about installation of a DVD headrest system into the 2020 Ford Explorer ST. I picked up this DVD headrest system off of eBay. I tried to be as frugal as possible. I paid about $700 for it. The kit basically included everything I needed, except for some wiring harnesses that I had to source locally. And the guy on eBay actually was pretty willing to work with me, so he reimbursed me $100 for the wiring harnesses that was not included with the kit, which he thought was there. So really appreciate that out of him. I got him hooked up to a 12-volt power supply just to demonstrate them powered on in the vehicle. So basically these headrests will mirror each other. If you have a disc in one, it'll mirror in the other, or a disc in that one, it'll mirror in this one. So if you guys want to switch movies between each kid or whatever, it's possible. Plus there's also video and audio inputs. I think there's a USB input on there as well for maybe a memory stick or something along that lines. These headrests were actually vehicle specific for a Ford Explorer Platinum 2017 model year, and the posts are identical to the 2020 posts, so I measured that and they were all good. The harness and the control box, they may say it's vehicle specific if you look on eBay for one, or if you're missing one, but literally all that they are inputting into that box is a positive and a negative. So I'm going to cut this out, wire this into the cigarette lighter in the vehicle. The cigarette lighter on most of these newer Explorers, even on my wife's 2016 that had headrests in them, the cigarette lighter was only powered on for 1 hour after the vehicle was shut off. So the headrests would actually shut off if one of the kids left them on and wouldn't kill the battery, which I think is a neat idea on Ford. Props for them doing that. So this will be an installation video on how to put these in, and I'll show you the process that I did. I'm basically going to tie it into the center console, 12-volt outlet in there. They don't provide a 12-volt outlet in the back anymore. It's just USB connections, so I'll have to somehow snake the wires underneath here up into here, which wasn't a big deal on my wife's old car. And basically these shells of these back half of the seats are all plastic, and there's a bunch of clips that these both pop off. So fairly easy installation. It'll be a really clean install, and should look pretty good, and I'll show you that next part of the process now. It's going to be the installation of the DVD headrest into the 2020 Ford Explorer. So I got the back of the seat off of there. It's basically a plastic clamshell that has a bunch of clips around the outer perimeter. You can see those. And then there's two on the bottom, and there's actually hooks on the top that hook into those holes there. And then you basically pull around the edges of the seat, pull it straight out, and then you'll expose all of this garbage back here. And I got all my wires routed for the DVD headrest. I got the first one mounted, and then I ran the power box, or the brain box as they say, excuse the video, up under here, and I'm going to zip tie it up under here out of the way so it doesn't interfere, and then I'm going to tuck the wires up under this, and then they actually route up under here, and then they tuck behind here inside. I actually took off this rear climate control panel like that. That just pulls straight off of there. You just grab onto it, you unplug everything, and then you can actually access the power outlet in the front is where I'm going to in the glove box, because there's no 12 volt outlet in the back, at least not on this model anyway. There's 110 and a USB, so I didn't really want to tap into any of these little wires. So I used the 12 volt outlet in that glove compartment here in the center console, and I had to pry this panel off to get this unplugged from the back of this cigarette lighter, which was kind of a bitch. And basically everything works now. I'll just have to tidy up all the wires, and I'll show you that next. So this is the connection I'm talking about. It's on the back side of that 12 volt plug inside the glove box, or center console compartment, I guess you call it. Basically their connection right there, I tapped into. The wire has just enough slack to pull it out and tap into it. Basically you have to pull all the side panel off. Part of this center console kind of pops up, and this panel pulls out. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get it all pulled apart, but now I'm going to get it plugged back together, and I'll show you everything zip tied up. Okay, I got all the wiring ran, and the headrests are both mounted. Basically the wiring comes down right here, follows down, and I tucked it underneath there, wound up whatever was extra, and then the wire goes underneath the carpet and then into the center console. Same with the opposite side. This one had quite a bit of extra wire, and you can see I bundled it up right here as best I could, and right here, and tucked it in as neatly as I could. The control box is basically mounted right above the ambient lighting light. There's almost like a tray under here, so I zip tied it around that tray, and then ran the wires under the rug again, where they go into the center console and get routed up underneath, and then to that cigarette lighter in the center console compartment. So now I'll put the backrests on and power everything up. Okay, we got both headrests installed. The light is illuminated on there. We'll power them up. And they're both playing. It was a fairly easy install, other than running the power to the glove box, or center console. I keep calling it the glove box, but it's not. It's a center console storage. So yeah, both of them work great.